Hi, I'm Chris Sangster, and welcome back to the studio. First of all, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who has already listened to my debut album, Find a Way. If you haven't yet, you can find all the streaming links in the description below, and I'd love for you to check it out. So you might be wondering, why make an album? Why now? In this single-dominated, playlist-driven world that we live in, why go through the process of making an album at all? Quite simply because I love albums. I love listening to a complete body of work from an artist and being invested in that trip that a great album takes you on from beginning to end. I still listen to albums cover to cover all the time. So when I decided to release music as a solo artist, I felt the only way to be true to myself was to make an album. I also love that an album can tell a more complex and in-depth story than a single song can. A great album takes you on a journey from beginning to middle to end, much like a great movie does. And I wanted to try my hand at crafting something like that. While not strictly a concept album, Find a Way does have a loose narrative arc that I hope comes through. The album is based on my experience moving from Virginia to Los Angeles to pursue a career in music. It's focused on a young protagonist on a quest for love, understanding, acceptance, peace, and success in one of the most difficult but rewarding industries and cities in the world. The album is a journey from the opening track of Find a Way, where we find our main character lost in a new place, looking for love and acceptance in all the wrong places. He travels over the course of the next 8 songs, looking to drugs, romance, friendship, philosophy, and of course music to find fulfillment in this new place. But the album also seeks to tell the story from the perspective of someone outside of the main character, particularly in the tracks Playing Off Sides and The City. I really wanted those songs to come from the perspective of the protagonist's love interest, expressing her desires and feelings towards the journey that the protagonist is on, showing that it's not really all about him, it's about everyone around him and their experiences of this journey as well. This is a person that he's made mistakes with in the past, represented in Playing Off Sides, but ultimately a person in which he finds redemption, happiness, and true partnership with, and that's represented in Sunbeams. The Only Way is the culmination of the whole album, where we find our main character still grappling with the complicated world around him, but now approaching it from a place of love and peace and understanding for those around him, as opposed to the selfish kid that set out on the journey 9 songs ago. From Find a Way to The Only Way. This album is my story, but it's also representative of anyone who's out there chasing a dream and hoping to find themselves along the way. So I really hope you can see some of yourself in these songs. The making of this album was certainly a deeply personal but rewarding experience. I wrote, produced, mixed, recorded, I did it all right here in this home studio over the last 2 years. But even with a super self-contained project such as this, it could not have been possible without the support of others. So I just want to take this time to thank a few people who made this album possible. Firstly, Brett Steelhammer, who co-wrote Find a Way and Playing Off Sides with me and really set this whole project in motion. Thank you to Ian Shepard for mastering the album and doing an excellent job taking the sonics to the next level. To Raleigh Heckle for doing all of the artwork for the album and for the singles, and for making my wacky idea of a studio in outer space really come to life. To the team at Music Gateway for doing the PR and the promotions. And to Kevin Hirschner for filming, directing, and editing all of the music videos, as well as being a constant support and sounding board throughout the entire process. This album would not be possible without their help and without the unwavering support from my family and friends. So to them, to all of you out there watching and listening, thank you. I'll see you at the studio next time.